Welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't posted in a really long time. I think it feels like a really long time. It's only been a week. And that's because I've been cleaning. Semi-stressed during this whole isolation and working from home and trying to do home things and develop new habits. A lot of things are in the works. So I have not uploaded any content. I also have not done any DIYs. I have a lot in store in my notebook here, but I haven't recorded anything, and it's mostly because I've been doing a lot of cleaning. So I thought maybe I should roll out a video on the healthy habits that I've been doing here at the house, not just because of quarantine, but because these are things that we should be focusing on the daily. So I figured I'd just throw it up on my channel. I wrote it down because I like writing. So I'm just essentially just gonna read it off my book. The top 10 things that don't get cleaned enough in your home. And these are just general things. If you actually would like me to do a whole series on this and break it down into the top things that don't get cleaned enough, that gets, you know, pushed to the back burner in each room, like bathroom, kitchen, if you want me to separate it into rooms, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And the more feedback I get, maybe I shall roll it out. I actually wrote that down. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, leave a comment down below. If you would like a separate, more detailed video of individual rooms, give this video a thumbs up. Good Lord. Okay, so healthy habits and top 10 things that don't get cleaned enough in your house. This is funny. Okay, so I'm one of those people. So okay, first, number one is your trimming. I'm one of those people that I like cleaning the walls. It's actually a good thing to practice if you have time to do it, and the supplies, resources, and if your walls are empty. I was gonna put simultaneously and simply Sherissa came up. Good job, phone. Okay, sorry. Where was I? If you don't have a lot of things on your walls. Okay, I have a lot of things on my walls, so that doesn't really happen often, but one of the things that does not get cleaned enough is your trim. So you can clean your floors, you can wipe down your walls, but if you ever actually pay attention to the corners, to the trimming, it's disgusting. And it's not something that you can just dust. You have to dust. Excuse me, indigestion. You have to dust, wipe down, and then actually clean. So your trim is something that should get cleaned at least. Let's put this on silent. At least once every 2 weeks, once a month. I don't know. It just, if you've never done it, once a month is a godsend. It's glorious. And if you're a clean person, then once a week should be good. You don't think about your trim as something that's of importance, but your house right now, especially during this time, is a high traffic area. So moving to and fro, you're basically just wafting those dust particles back into the air. So clean your trim. Now, healthy habit, healthy habit, should I say that? Healthy habit number two. Number two of the top things that don't get cleaned enough, doorknobs. And not just, especially now during this time, but often. You should actually clean your doorknobs daily. It should be an everyday thing. I'm talking about kitchen. Do you have a door to your kitchen? Bathroom, entrance, closets, wherever you have doorknobs. And not just doorknobs, that's what I wanted to say. I had that thought before. Just handles of any sort. So things that get touched with your hands, things that you handle, like the fridge. you should be cleaning that area. Every fridge has like a little nook. It's like a crevice that you put your hand in to open it. So you should clean that. That's disgusting. That's number 2. Number 3 is soap and sanitize dispensers. Now, we use these dispensers, what is with me? To clean our hands, to wash the dishes, to sanitize our hands, but we are ultimately touching it with dirty hands. So every once in a while, it's good to clean these dispensers, because essentially it's kind of like you're just crossing it out. You're using it to clean your hands, but touching it, you're dirtying your hands because it's dirty. Just because it dispenses a sanitizing, what is that word? A sanitizing agent, doesn't mean it's necessarily clean. Bacteria accumulates everywhere. So just clean your dispensers. Okay, number 4, furniture. I had addressed this in, that was loud. I had addressed this in one of my vlogs where I combined half part hydrogen peroxide, half part alcohol and water, and put it in an empty spray bottle. You can recycle an old one. I like doing that. And basically spray it on your furniture. Spray it on your chairs, on your sofa, on your pillows. It's on your rugs. Just, you can even spray it in the air. It's good to also disinfect the air. Open up your windows. Certain furnitures, big, large furniture items in the house cannot get cleaned. You can't throw it in the washer. And we are essentially dying every day. That sounds really bad, but we are shedding dead skin cells, bacteria. It's going everywhere. It doesn't matter if we are clean. And especially during this time, during this pandemic, but not just because. Freshening up our furniture items. It's good to just keep it clean. And it's also another healthy habit. I'm just gonna insert it here. I follow this minimalist vlogger influencer called Sherissa. She is beautiful, amazing. I wish I could say I want to grow up to be like her, but it's difficult because she's like minimal, and I'm minimal at heart, but like I love more is more to me. So it's a work in progress. All that to say, she recommends every once in a while you let your sheets breathe. So when you wake up in the morning, if you're a bed maker, great. If you're not, then this is probably easy for you. Your sheets probably breathe on the 24/7 way of life. But if you make your bed, it's good to let your sheets breathe, because while you're sleeping, you're basically you're releasing fluids, sweat, oils, and it's going all over the sheets. And if once you wake up in the morning, if the first thing you do is you make your bed, you're basically just letting all that bacteria sit in the sheets. So it's good to just, how do you say it in English? Well, I know how to say it in Spanish. Sacudir. Just wriggle. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Your sheets, your bed sheets, your pillow, your sofa. It's good to just let it breathe, let it air out. Furniture, disinfect. And also just wash your pillowcases, wash your sheets. I wash my sheets once a week. I know that probably sounds ridiculous. Maybe it sounds like a lot to some of you and a little to most of you, but I don't go to the bed unless I'm clean, so whatever. Okay, number 5, this is funny. Number 5 is odd crevices. Now, the reason why I said this is because everyone has an odd crevice in their house that just becomes like, you know, those car consoles catcher that it just catches all the crap. It's like a metaphor of life. It's a crevice, so it's hard to get to. Example of crevices, I put here: heater, bathroom, toilet, and under the bed. So in the bathroom, I have a crevice between, and it's so tight. It's a very teeny tiny crevice between my toilet, that is a lie, what is my bathtub and my bathroom sink. Very small. I could barely get my hand in there. So, but it accumulates a lot of hair, a lot of dust, a lot of moisture. My heater is another crevice. Behind the toilet is another crevice. Under the bed, there are a lot of little crevices in the house that you know they're there in your house. And you're just like, I can't get there. Yes, you can. You can get there. You can get creative. DIY a stick, tie a little loofah, and clean it. You'll essentially feel like your entire house is clean if you get to that crevice. Okay. Number 6, kitchen cabinets. You will be surprised how disgusting kitchen cabinets get. I don't just mean the surface of just wiping down the cabinets, also the crevices. It's another crevasse. I meant the tops of the doors, there we go. But the tops of your kitchen cabinets, ew. Just ew. Just get on a ladder one day and climb up the top of your kitchen cabinet and see how disgusting it is up there. My kitchen cabinets get cleaned probably once a month because it is tedious for me, because I have lots of plants and cool looking jars, and I have old wine bottles that I like to recycle. So they're just up there. So it takes a lot for me to take those things down, and then I actually have to clean those items as well as clean the tops of the cabinets. But the kitchen cabinets can get so disgusting because we are constantly cooking. It's the moisture, the heat, the oils, it rises. And then once you're done cooking and basically the room cools, it falls. And if it falls on the cabinets, on the countertops, on the floors, you get to clean that. But when it falls on the tops of the cabinets, you don't see that until one day there's like a thick plume of dust up there. So clean the tops of your kitchen cabinets because it's disgusting and you eat in the kitchen. Just facts. Okay, 7 are windows. Now, I'm sure mostly everybody cleans their windows. That's just one of the things that gets cleaned. But what you don't probably know, and if you do, kudos, snaps for you, is that you can actually, there are these little clickies on the top of the windows that you can push, or maybe you have to unlock. I don't know what kind of fancy Windows system you be having. But you can actually, I guess, dislocate your windows and clean the opposite side. So if you don't live on the first floor, you don't have a house, and you have an apartment like I do, when you live on the 3rd floor, you can't climb and clean the outside of your windows. So essentially you just bring them down, let it rest somewhere, and then you clean them. And the best way to clean your windows, honestly, is hot water and vinegar. Super DIY, super simple. If you want to get that good shine, this is very strange, but if you just use paper, actual paper, it gets it so nice. I used to use newspaper, but then it would like bleed, leave some kind of black ink streaks. But here's a cool hack to clean your windows. Just half part vinegar, half part hot water, just spray it on there, and then you could even pour the hot water on the window and it kind of just, you know, washes itself. And then if you wipe it down with a blank piece of white paper, super shiny. And then that way when you clean the inside part of the window, that's where you live, you can actually see through it. Because once you clean the inside of the window, or if you only clean the inside of the window, the outside is still filthy. You still feel like there's still streakies. There's still streakies. Hashtag streakies on the window. Window streakies. Okay. So I find that a hard piece of paper, not a hard piece, but that's scrap paper. If you use that, it works better because if you use paper towel, it leaves little particles. Or if you have a squeegee, better. Props to you. Okay, number 8 are frames, picture frames. We have them hung up. I have 2 here. You can't see, but they're beautiful. Both by me, DIY art. Okay, they're just up. They're beautiful. They're decorative. So you're not gonna think to clean them, but they get filthy. And not just the surface, where the glass, where it acts like a little window, a window to the art. But the edges, the tops, so clean those. It's the same concept as your trim. You're walking past your house every day. You are pluming wind with your velocity forward, and you are basically just tornadoing the dust everywhere. Number 9 are curtains. It's a pain, but wash your curtains. I have a tendency to disinfect my curtains with the furniture spray that I had mentioned earlier, but I do rotate my curtains every couple of months or so because it's disgusting, especially now that the weather is getting hotter. It's attracting a lot more nastiness. In the winter, you don't think about it because it keeps you insulated and warm, but clean your curtains, wash them, put them in the washer. And then the last one, which I don't think anybody ever thinks of, clean your dish rack. Number 10 is clean your dish rack. I have a bamboo dish rack. It is gorgeous, I love it, but after a while it looks like it starts to get a little mildewy. The kitchen essentially is a high traffic, and it's a moisture area, especially the dish rack, because I'm constantly washing dishes. So the bacteria is bound to build up. So I say clean your dish rack, boil some water, toss it over it, spray it with some alcohol, just clean your dish rack. Because what am I trying to say? I guess what I'm trying to say is the fact that if you don't clean your dish rack, technically it's still accumulating, it's harboring bacteria from the moisture that is falling off of your washed plates. So give that a good wash, because every time you're washing your plates and you're putting it back on the dish rack to dry, it's basically just sitting in dried bacteria. I'm not a scientist. I don't pretend to be a genius in these things. I just know that I clean my dish rack. And also, if you have like a really, really good sponge and it stays white all season, tell me what sponge you're using. No, boil your sponges. I like to boil my sponges every week or so, because even though you're supposed to rotate your sponges, I don't rotate it until it's falling apart, because I have a biodegradable sponge. Yeah, that was correct. Or if it starts to stain and smell, basically. I like to boil my sponge in hydrogen peroxide and essential oils. And you'll know it has bacteria if the minute you pour hydrogen peroxide on your sponge, it starts to foam. You're basically just washing your dishes with more bacteria. So clean your dish rack and clean your sponge. And that's it. That took a really long time. That's, in my opinion, are the top 10 things that don't get cleaned enough in your home. If you have a couple that you thought of, leave a comment. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I will be rolling out some more content, hopefully some DIYs coming up soon. And that's it. Stay safe, guys. Stay sane. Remember to clean, but clean with joy. I love cleaning and organizing. It gives me a high. So this was fun for me. And until next time, bye. Bye. Don't like that at all. Nope. What's up, guys? It's still weird. I feel weird. Anyways.